Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over. Green morning, green afternoon, green evening. All our brothers and sisters, those are across the globe, right in Canada, Latin America, we extend you a very warm, wonderful green morning. People, those are in entire European continent, all the European Union, you all enjoyed your lunch very well. And post-lunch, we extend a very hearty welcome to all of you. It's a pleasure to have all of you. And before you go for your evening tea and coffee, we are going to have a wonderful evening for all of you. And the people, those are right over here in India, our neighboring countries and other places, we extend a happy evening, green evening, wonderful evening, and a pleasuresome evening. Happy Navratra to all of you. Aaj Pehla Navratra hai. It's a very pious day for all of us. And it's indeed a great, great privilege that on the eve of the World Tourism Day, we are having celebrations of the World Tourism Day on 27th, that's tomorrow. And today on the eve of the World Tourism Day, Monday, 26th of September, we extend a very warm welcome to Shri Gaur Kanjilalji, Deputy Director General Tourism, who laid down the arms from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and we are going to have his lifetime journey. And we are going to share that tourism is everybody's business. We all are directly or indirectly associated with the tourism. That during the packaging we will discuss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today also by the United Nations is the International Federation of Environmental Health Day, and that is called World Environment Health Day, 26th of September. So please take care of environment. World Rivers Day also today. Oh my God. The theme for this year's World River Day is the importance of the rivers to biodiversity. And आप सभी को नवरात्रों की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और खासकर हमारे गौर कांजीलाल जी जो आज जुड़ रहे हैं because he comes from West Bengal side and दुर्गा पूजा का कितना बड़ा भव्य पूरा हमारा एक जो है celebrations रहता है. That also we will touch because India's art, craft, culture, heritage, values, our system, we will discuss on that. So on behalf of International Chamber for Service Industry, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Since 1994, we are a link between Indians and our non-resident Indian, all the brothers and sisters, Indian diaspora, those have gone abroad. We started celebrating our NRIs annual event from 1994 and way back in 2003. Then the Honorable Prime Minister of India brought Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. So ladies and gentlemen, our focus is non-resident Indian, Indian diaspora, Indian corporate houses, and from time to time, the government interface, we keep making the policy papers, certain strategic papers, action plans, and blueprints, which we keep giving to the government for services sector. As a part of these celebrations of basically World Tourism Day, World Tourism Week, or we can call it, we started on 10th of September and will go till 27th September till tomorrow. Dekho Apna Desh, Atiti Devo Bhava, and Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, all that we take care of. I owe a lot in personal capacity to Shri B.K. Goswami, Shri S.K. Mishra, and a couple of other dignitaries with whom we worked, Ramesh Chandra ji also, and thereafter Vinod Duggal ji and other dignitaries from whom I picked up a lot of things. But with Gaur Kanjilal ji, I enjoy a very special relation, which I'll share with all of you in a little while. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Shri B.K. Goswami ji, after retirement from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India as a secretary, we have been getting his blessings, his patronage, and this particular chamber, he had been giving lots of oxygen, ideas, vision. And 2001, he told, all the educational institutions in India, those are teaching, travel, and tourism, they all should come under one umbrella. And he formed FEAST. That's a forum of educators and scholars of tourism. That's in 2001. But now the present government has got separate Ministry of Skills also. So the recoining of the word and the repackaging of the word is Forum of Educators and Skill Providers for Tourism. So policy, research, academic skills, technology, training, industry, all that, rethinking tourism, repackaging tourism. We started on 10th of September. That's India's tourism post-pandemic. 11th, that is on Sunday. And I wish to share all the newcomers, those are coming today or live on the program with us, that every Sunday, 8 p.m., we have got a special program with the non-resident Indians. So we got repackaging education and skills with the help of, our Indian diaspora brothers and sisters on 11th of September, Sunday. 12th of September, we had gone to agri tourism, farm tourism, and rural tourism. Thereafter, we moved on to film tourism, cinematic tourism, and film-induced tourism. Uske baad 14 September was Matrabhasha Divas, Hindi Divas, and we discussed Matrabhasha evam Paryatan. Usse agle din we had ecotourism, sustainable tourism, responsible tourism. Thereafter, we got culture and heritage tourism. Then we had gone to spiritual and pilgrimage tourism. And thereafter came the next Sunday, 18th of September, tourism post-pandemic. We were in Canada, we were in United States. We got the distinguished guests from there. It was indeed a great privilege. Ladies and gentlemen, thereafter we had gone to the MICE industry, our conferences, convention, trade fair, exhibition, expos, all that we discussed. Thereafter we went to, the FHRAI, Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association. They have got an institution in Greater Noida, and we had them together with us, and we discussed how the hospitality industry is post-pandemic. Thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, we had gone to travel journalism, tourism journalism, and public relation. And this was something very scintillating when we discussed about blogging, vlogging, and all the things which are coming. Then we had gone to Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and we got the chairman of the Services Export Promotion Council, Shri Sunil H. Talati ji. He had come and he gave the whole vision, what exactly is happening in services export. Thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, next day, we had gone to finishing school to inspirational lab. Our chamber took a privilege. 1994, we set up India's first finishing school for service industry, where basically your personality development, your etiquette, manners, gesture, body language, articulation, communication to connecting heart to heart, soul to soul, mind to mind, tourism calling. We took over there how basically your finishing part of the personality and your communication skill. Thereafter, we went to Buddhist tourism and we talked about spiritual tourism with Venerable Dr. Dhammapiya ji. And ladies and gentlemen, on 25th, yesterday, Sunday, once again, we took you to Canada and we took you to America and we discussed community tourism. What exactly is the post-pandemic scenario as far as pandemic is concerned? Tomorrow is a World Tourism Day. We will start our day in the morning at 10 o'clock with Dr. Kavita Singh, and she will be talking about rethinking tourism with a holistic approach. And we are taking a case study of Kurukshetra with the sound and light show, Gita Jayanti and Gita Updesh and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, how basically the Kurukshetra should be taken care of by Bollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood, everybody. If the Gandhi can be made by Ben Kingsley, why can't we think about? And also I would request you, kindly see Steve Jobs, his visit to India, what he was fond of, and what basically he gave as a token of gesture and a gift to everybody whomsoever we met. Now, post-pandemic, digital journey is becoming very important. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we are going to have digital innovations in tourism. We will have a very special program for all of you. Now, talk about celebrating World Tourism Day tomorrow. And today, on the eve of World Tourism Day, when we talk about rethinking tourism, how to refocus, how to reboot, how to revive, that is something very interesting. So our chamber is coming out with the compilation and the research work. Tomorrow we release it, Rethinking Tourism Post-Pandemic, and that's going to be a research compilation work of the chamber we will discuss with all of you. So ladies and gentlemen, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's all of us promote together the tourism, hospitality, aviation, service industry, and let's make education and skills relevant. Here is Shri Gaur Kanjilalji, known globally as GK and Professor Kanchilal. He has authored 4 books. I will share in a little while. He's a bureaucrat, technocrat, diplomat, educationist, journalist, travel and tourism, with over 30 years teaching experience in India and abroad in various institutions. And my humble journey also started with him when I came on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. As the former Deputy Director General, Government of India, with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, recognized as a pioneer in the area of tourism, service excellence, marketing and promotion globally, and prosperity through tourism education. He had his education from Delhi University with MA Honors in History and Diploma in Tourism from the University of Paris in France. He had also studied in London, that is UK, World Tourism Organization sponsored management program for tourism. That's all the way in Madrid in Spain. He holds proficiency in the Indian language and speaks French and Japanese fluently. He had 20 years of overseas, the member of diplomatic corps in the mission assignments through the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, to be part of India's mission overseas in UK, France, Spain, UAE, United Arab Emirates, South Africa, Middle East countries, and has traveled more than 80 countries overseas. He holds various postings in India, last being the Regional Director, India Tourism, Mumbai. He was now offering professional services to the national apex body of travel and tourism. He was deeply associated with IATO, and he gave a lot of new milestones to them as Executive Director based in New Delhi office of IATO, Indian Association of Tour Operators. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the books which he has authored: Compendium of the Tourism Articles, India Tourism Through the NRIs, India Tourism Through Decades, and Tourism Everyone's Business. I got a lot of appeal from tourism, everybody's business, because auto wala, rickshaw wala, khonche wala, or bada wala 5-star hotel wala, airlines, everybody is impacted in the econometric model. So that's why I made an appeal to him. Let's take tourism, everybody's business, as the theme. A very warm welcome to Kanchilal, former Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Tourism of India, and today our chamber, for his hard work, for his dedication, for his sincerity, for his commendable contribution to Indian tourism. We give him for his meritorious contribution to Indian tourism industry, Lifetime Achievement Award from our chamber. We will hand over physically to him in Delhi, but today we just wish to show you that he deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award, the man who has done extremely well and contributed a lot to the humanity as far as tourism industry is concerned. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, let's travel with Shri Gaur Kanchilal ji, and let's see how tourism is everybody's business. With these words, we extend a very hearty welcome to Gaur Kanchilal ji. It's a pleasure to have him. What a wonderful evening. I look back, I go back as a soldier moving on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and with you in the IITTM, with those 4 to 6 rooms in Qutub Hotel, and then moving from there to Arunachal building, and thereafter taking Army Ex-Services League in Chanakyapuri, and thereafter moving to Gwalior, and thereafter that MBA tourism program for the first time being designed by all of us together as a team under your leadership, and thereafter introducing that particular program to India, Kurukshetra being first university, Himachal being second university, Jodhpur being third university, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalayah with fourth university, and at the same time, Kerala Institute of Travel and Tourism Studies, ITM Lucknow, and many others. Ladies and gentlemen, the canvas is very big. It's very difficult for me in such a short time to share so much. I've already taken 15 minutes to set the context. So the people, those are joining us from world over, everybody knows who is Mr. Gaur Kanchilal and how we have traveled together. That is something, getting the fragrance of tourism. Hearty welcome, Gaur Kanchilal ji. It's a pleasure to have you today with us. And people, those are watching you from overseas, from the different countries, let's start right from the beginning. What inspired you? How did you join the Ministry of Tourism after finishing your basic education, and how did you get into and how the journey started? And thereafter, certainly, I will try and join the pace with you, because when you go for a walk with someone, whose pace have you joined with? That is something very important in life. We got to recognize, we got to appreciate those people who give you the basic footsteps to learn something of the new arena, and thus the tourism. With these words, Gaur Kanjilalji, let's start your lifetime journey after your basic studies, college, etc., and thereafter how you started.
Thank you very much for your kind words. I am really inspired by the work you are doing to promote tourism. You have brought Indian tourism to the global forum, and globally you made India known through your hard work. So I'm grateful to you. And first of all, I want to wish all the best wishes to all my tourism partners, tourism fraternity for the World Tourism Day, because tourism is our business and tourism is now everybody's business. So have a nice, good health and good prosperity through tourism to on this World Tourism Day is my good wishes. Thank you very much. So regarding my starting of journey, you see, I came as a refugee. That is the hard time. That hard time taught me that we should be responsible and how to work hard to get a life of, of dignity. And that we started when I completed my master's degree from Delhi University. I got a temporary job in the United Nations UNCTAD conference as conference assistant and PA to the Secretary General of UNCTAD. That gave me the motivation to come to tourism, because I saw how they have been talking about India and talking about India tourism. And then I got inspired by the tourism people there at the Vigyan Bhavan. And then I asked them how to join. They told me the procedure. I, I applied and topped the list and got the opportunity to be the part of the tourism. Though at that time, in 1969, very few people would talk about tourism. Everybody will talk about business management, everybody engineering, the technologies. Tourism was just, just not known to them. But I thought, let me join the tourism. I will make it a global format so that everybody can get the benefit of tourism. And I started my career in 1970 as information officer of the Government of India Ministry of Tourism. At that time, it was not Ministry of Tourism; it was Department of Tourism. So I joined the Department of Tourism, and they posted me to Calcutta. I started my career with Calcutta. As you know, the Bengalis are the great tourists. Every occasion they must tour, whether the puja or no puja. The tourism is in their blood. So they used to ask me a lot of questions. That forced me to read a lot, and prove my worth to the tourists. And that is the beginning. Career began. Stayed there for 3 years. Then I got a chance to come back to Delhi. I learned French language in Paris. I thought everybody is MA, everybody is something. I must be something class. So I learned French language. And if you learn something, it is always beneficial. I came to Delhi. I went to the French consul, French Alliance Forces. There is a notification for a French scholarship to go to France and study tourism. That was the biggest opportunity, God sent opportunity for me. I applied. I got the scholarship. And though government didn't give me any tickets, my father was a poor government servant. He took the loan and sent me to Paris. I learned there. I learned a lot. What is called tourism, because Indian tourism was just beginning, But that French learning from France of tourism, which is one of the best, which used to be the top most destination in the world. I learned the nuances of tourism, and I brought back with me that experience, amazing, incredible memories of France. And then I wanted to put those experiences into my tourism activities. And soon my luck flourished. I became assistant director to the Union Public Service Commission and got the job as assistant director for wildlife tourism and allied better for cultural tourism and other things. That's my life began. And then I got a chance to go to London for for posting in the India Tourism Office. And that was the time the first ever Festival of India started. And Festival of India provided the best opportunity for me to showcase India to the global tourists. And got the opportunity to showcase tourism all over England, not only in London. We went to Wales, Scotland, even my territories, Ireland and other parts. And very nicely, we presented India with the culture, with the dances, with the gourmet, with the food festival, with, with our films, Chhattisgarh Film Festival, Hindi film. Like opportunities started giving. So I thought I must utilize these things. And then came I was posting for France. And coincided with the Festival of India Paris. Again, the experience which I got in London, I re re-implanted those experiences in Paris. And looking after the territory of Spain and Portugal, we took part of the little bit of festival in Spain and Portugal and introduced India to the new markets. And Spain was getting as a major tourist destination. There were a lot of tourists. So it was a great market for me, not only to promote in Spain, to promote India all over the tourists, because all tourists were coming to Spain as a major destination. And Portugal had a link with Goa. So that link I utilized, and Portugal became our a good market. And already Portugal Airlines used to come to Bombay. So the mobility was there, and we started. Then the tourism continues. I came back to India. I became, through the UPC, Director of Tourism and given the job planning. And with the planning, I got the opportunity to work with the best officer at that time, Miss Anjali Mehta, Additional Director General. She guided me how to do the planning work, and I started the major projects like Kovalam Beach Resort, like Gulmarg Winter Sports, like Auli Winter Sports, like other other charter operations, and everything I started and learned from overseas. I use that knowledge for promotion of tourism. In all the developmental work which tourism took, I was associated. Whether it's a beach resort in Kopalam, whether it's a Kulma with a ski resort, whether Auli resorts, whether wildlife resort. We established 5 wildlife sanctuaries with the Kaziranga and Corbett and Dandeli and Shasangir. These are, and we started diversification of tourism. Till then, till the end of the 70s, till till the half of 80s, that it was only Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. It was the destination being promoted. But from the time I came and got the inspiration from my ADG and my DG, at that time BK Goswami was there and CB Jain was also there. We started diversification of tourism. Indian tourism started as a wildlife tourism, as because we are the tiger. Many countries they don't have the tiger. Even the African countries they don't have the tiger. So the tiger project helped me to promotion of tiger projects. And also then we started the winter sports because skiing is very costly affair in the Europe and others. India was very affordable. So we started skiing resorts. Well, I took the help of experts from Chamonix in France. I had the contacts. And then I started with the tourism education. My director, the general, told me, you have studied in London and Paris. You saw how the tourism education is being flourished. So I got the initiative to come to IITT.
Your mic has got muted. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful canvas he's trying to paint with the different colors. Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
You contributed so much.
Yes, please go ahead. And something very nicely you have given. You have talked about Kovalam, Oli Ski Resort, Gulmarg Ski Resort, chartered operations, 5 wildlife sanctuaries, and also you told that you diversified basically beyond Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, the Golden Triangle.
Yes.
And winter sports, when you were talking about something very nicely, I am remembering, you may not recall, May 1988, if you recall, or maybe May 1987, I can't remember, there was a hymn tab Himalayan Tourism Advisory Board meeting, and that was organized in Shimla. And we all were there in Shimla, and all the chief ministers from the North Indian states, they all had come. There was a wonderful, you can just increase the volume. You can increase the volume. On the side, the volume must have gone down. You can just increase the volume. So you will be able to listen very carefully.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. Okay. So do you remember that we organized HIMTAB, Himalayan Tourism Advisory Board meeting?
Ah.
You remember?
Yes, yes, very much. That
Yeah,
was
please.
because we got the idea that 75% of the Himalayas are in India. People
Yes.
talk of Nepal. People talk of
Yes.
Nepal and others. And
Yes.
that was the decision that let us put together all the Himalayan states of Eastern India, Northern India, so that we can promote Himalaya. Because Himalaya
Yes.
is our heritage. And Sikkim and Kashmir and Ladakh and Darjeeling and all we promoted through the HIMTAB. But we are also present. We did the promotional campaign to boost that Himalayan tourism. That also we started. And that gave the second opportunity to develop new ski resort in Auli. So that also became a very important contribution from our side as a team to promote India as a new destination for the Himalayan adventure. We did that. And then we did other than that's like you told that tourism education was never a part of our tourism policy. It started with IITTM, and then we spread our wings to at least 8 states who took our syllabus. And our syllabus, I copied the syllabus, most of the things from the educational institutions where I have studied, and copied them and drafted it to the Indian scenario. And our syllabus is now taken by almost all the universities, wherever they are teaching tourism. So that gives me a very proud sentiment that I really contributed for the tourism education, which you have taken forward under your umbrella and doing in. I saw your briefing, how you have activated tourism scene globally, and that is a big education for me also. Then after that, I got posting to go to Middle East, Dubai, with 40 countries under my control, Dubai and Africa. And that gave me the opportunity, and I had been to 32 countries physically to explore and talk about, and opened up the destination like Kenya, Tanzania, Mauritius, Egypt, South Africa for Indian tourism. That in a big way. And that was the first time we promoted in Dubai and Middle East and the Gulf, the medical tourism. Earlier, medical tourism was never associated with the Indian tourism. For the first time, we promoted the medical tourism, and that became very successful. And also during that time, we promoted the festivals, because Dubai is a festival country. Every year they have a Dubai festival. They make one or the other country as a guest of honor. I got the opportunity to be the guest of honor 2 times, and our department, Mr. B.K. Goswami and Dr. Sen Gupta, were very helpful in promoting India in those festivals. So in Dubai, whole world was there. The meeting point was Dubai, and the festival, millions of people going, and I promoted with the help of the state governments like Andhra Pradesh, state governments like Rajasthan. We promoted. I also must tell you that I was the pioneer to promote Palace on Wheels in London. For the Palace on Wheels, Lalit Babaji was the Rajasthan government tourism director. He came with the team, and we did a big promotion throughout London, throughout UK more or less. And we started having the agents and launched Palace on Wheels. Don't miss that train. It is, and we used to tell that don't look at the palaces from distance. Take the rail and have the experience of the palaces in India.
Wow.
So that
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, what Kanjilalji is mentioning about Mr. Lalit Pawar, he later on became Secretary Tourism, Government of India also. And in 2015, when our chamber made a presentation, he liked the idea of film tourism, cinematic tourism, and film-induced tourism. Very colorful person, very
Yes.
fond of music, and very open to ideas. So over here, something now ice is broken, where Kanjilalji make a mention that Palace on Wheels for the first time, Kanjilalji brought on the global map through the World Travel Mart right over there. Okay, great. Please go ahead.
Then when I found that there's a lot of interest in the railways, I conveyed that to Mr. Lalit Pawar, and he told me that Mr. Kanjilal, more trains will be introduced. Now we have got a Heritage on Wheel and Rajasthan on Wheels and so many new trains. Almost all the states they have started. Deccan Odyssey, we have got the Chariot on Wheels, we have got the Buddha train. So now Indian railway heritage was not promoted earlier in that much way, but we gave the push as a team in London. Then we promoted in the Festival of India, we promoted that in whole of Europe. That and my colleague, who was Mr. P.K. Dong in Frankfurt, he played a big role. He gave me a lot of free hand to work for boosting of the districts. And then I had the campaign, had appointment with an Indian tiger to show to that. Don't see the photographs of the book. You can see the tiger live in our about 47 national parks and wildlife national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So India is a tiger country. So I am also told as a Royal Bengal tiger, we to shout and promote this tiger tourism. And people came to see rhinoceros. In Dubai, they used to ask me, can they see tiger? Can they see rhinoceros? They have not seen. They only say the camel. So they all came with the children to see the tiger at Savai Madhopur, at Corbett, at Dudhwa, and Sundarban, so many places. They saw the rhinoceros. And not that Africa they have to go. They can come with a 2.5 hours flight. They could come and show to their children the wildlife heritage. And then I thought of having that I'm out of the world, not out of reach. Whole tour operators were selling India on a very high cost. I found people are going to Sri Lanka, can go to Bangkok on a very cheaper rate, say about 500 pounds or say about $700. Why can't we do? Then I brought a club of the tour operators in the tour operators and started the campaign. I'm out of the world, but not out of reach. India from 500 pounds, India from $800, and that became a big success. Even I made it affordable for the people who are selling flowers, who are selling fruits, who are selling on the roads. They could also think that I can go to India. So that they said that I like to go to India, but it is very costly. It is costing 100 and 500 pounds. I told him, no, I'll make it affordable. I started that I'm out of the world, but not out of the reach. India from 499 pounds. And that is eye-catching. And I got most of the tourists in that, about Delhi hotels, Agra hotel, Jaipur hotel, and Benares, this called Jaipur hotels. They helped me a lot. And I moved coach loads of tourists. And also I promoted that hand overland tours. Overland tour was very popular. Suddenly it disappeared because of the bad relations at the border. But we promoted hand overland tours, pen overland tours. People used to come from London. Both the coaches used to come from London, Delhi, and terminate in Calcutta. So I had met them. They met me earlier in Delhi, then they met me in London also. And that was a big promotion during the Festival of India. I had 7 departures from London to India on a coach tour. Unfortunately, this is stopped, but I'm sure this will be restart because there are new routes are now coming. New Mr. Modi ji has developed certain new borders, so there will be easy connectivity between Europe and India. And I hope that hand overland tours and other overland tours will start again. And then in France we saw there's a lot of interest about the festivals. We encouraged Pushkar Festival. And when the Pushkar Festival was successful, we started Jaisalmer Festival. We started Nagaur Festival. The festival became a big attraction. And in India, we say there are 365 days, but we have got more than 366 festivals. So whenever you come from which port you enter, you can get a festival. Festival is the real life of India. Now the Navaratri festival. Every part of the people are very happy. Whether you go to Gujarat, whether you go to Lucknow, whether you come to Delhi or the Calcutta, it's full of life with the festivities. And one can enjoy the gourmet heritage of India. Each part of India has a different gourmet heritage, so they can enjoy. So all these things, components were added to our new tourism. And then they thought of having a new tourism policy. On that also, I have been giving my feedback and other things. And in about 2002, we prepared a draft policy. Then now I see 2021 they did it. Now again they are submitting the new policy. I have not gone through the policy, but I have incorporated some part in my book, Tourism from Industry to Independence, to tell what is the new policy. And all these things gave me a new idea. I've been teaching, so I have collected all my lectures and made these 4 books. I didn't sell the books. I gave it to the poor boys, poor children, so that they cannot buy these tourism books. I bought the tourism books from overseas. I got the books as gift from my professors who taught me. And then I managed the lectures, which is a composite coverage of all the topics, which the students must know. And these books I have distributed. These books I have sold and taken the money for my charity. I do some charitable work. Like there's a corporate charity, I have my personal charity. I run a school for the poor girls and boys. I find that if they're educated, their whole family will stand. So I wrote this book just to sell and give them money for charity. So like this,
Wow.
my life continues.
What a noble cause. What a noble cause. What a noble cause. Helping those poor children. Wow. That's great.
And whatever, then I found that in the education system, there's something wrong. People are getting 100 marks. So the people are those who have studied in science. If they don't get 100 marks, they cannot continue the study. They're changing their study. They're going to humanities. They're coming to hospitality services. They don't have any knowledge. They wanted to know something about this. So they started reading my book. I told them, if you read one book, you can apply for interview, you can apply for test, you will be successful. Many of the people who didn't get the job in the science which they are interested, they read the book and came to my hospitality industry, came to tourism industry, and they expressed their gratefulness. Sir, मैंने आपका किताब पढ़ा इम्तिहान दिया, साइंस में तो कुछ कर नहीं पाया, पर इसमें भी मेरा बहुत इज्जत है. I'm meeting every day, lot of tourists. I'm really enjoying. So like that, I'm trying to give back to the society because I got a lot of things from society. The time has come to give back to the society. Like that, I'm taking the help from my daughter who's in USA, who studied in Duke University. She helps me a lot in my all these things work. I do my best, how best I can do to keep our people in tourism business.
Wow, that's great. Lovely, lovely. Wonderful, wonderful to know that. मुझे 2-3 चीजें कांजीलाल जी आप थोड़ा डिटेल में बताइए. आई एम वेरी कीन. You mentioned that during your tenure in Dubai and Africa, because you were taking care of the large canvas and almost about 40 countries.
Yes.
अभी मुझे ये बताइए कि दुबई के पास अपना ऑयल नहीं है, दुबई के पास अपना कुछ और एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए नहीं है, but the kind of structures, infrastructures and whatsoever they have developed over there, they are doing so wonderful into tourism. आपका अपना personal experience दुबई का और अफ्रीका का kindly share. We would like to know a little bit more in details.
It depends on the interest. They are making money very honestly through trading. They are the great traders. They buy from neighboring countries, they repackage it, and send it to other countries 10 times cost. So that is the thing. For India, it's very good. India, they put it on down and send it within light cruise dhows. So they are doing that, though they don't have the oil, but they have the trading business because they have been doing trading since time immemorial. So they have that knowledge, but they are very sincere regarding tourism. They have given guarantee of safety. There is no cheating. They are given the tax-free, money gets value. They are given the best of accommodation, which money, if you have money you can spend. They have the cheap accommodation also. And they have given their whole money, whole royalty is involved in tourism. Royalty has spent money on infrastructure, whether it is Hyatt, whether it is Marriott, everything belongs to the royal family. They have done it. And they have brought investment from everywhere. So that much of liberalization was not there in India. Our thing came in 91. But they were very much, they are business-minded people. But Africa could not do that much. Africa could not do much because still that gap is there. They are the rich and the poor. The real Africans, I had been talking to the Africans, they are very keen to come to India. South African Airways started, we helped them. I was with the, I have been doing a lot of promotions, but the rand became very weak. Though we have not increased any cost because the devaluation of the rand made their packages costly. And they just got independent. They from the colonial thing. So they are still developing. But some of the places like Kenya, Tanzania, they have developed the real wildlife tourism. I went to Masai Mara and see the facilities they have developed. We could not develop, even after 2 decades, we could not develop that much of facilities in our wildlife. So it is the approach. Our approach is willy-nilly approach to tourism. Tourism has got only lip sympathy, but lip sympathy doesn't help tourism. Tourism needs a lot of monetary involvement, lot of devotion. See, each successive government only had the pleasure of putting taxes on tourism. The first casualty is the tourism in any negative matters.
Now, this is very important point which you touched over here. Very, very sensitive point.
In the pandemic time, tourism didn't get any financial support, any support. Our people, just those who love, they were in the business. They didn't take out the staff. They carried on. They did everything. But now still nothing special can be given to our tourism industry. I'm sure we are overtaxed. Even on GST, is supposed to have only one tax, but in one or the other form, double taxation continues. So this thing doesn't help. We have to be very careful.
कांचला जी एक बात बताइए यहाँ पर बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट आपने यू हैव टेकन अ वेरी वैलिड पॉइंट अभी देखिए पैंडेमिक के अंदर आवर ट्रैवल एजेंट्स आवर टूर ऑपरेटर आवर टूरिस्ट ट्रांसपोर्टर्स आवर होटलियर्स आवर रेस्टोरेंट ओनर्स एवरीबॉडी हैज पास्ड थ्रू अ वेरी बैड पैच अगर हम सीरियस हैं टूरिज्म के लिए और टूरिज्म एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट करता है रेवेन्यू जनरेट करता है because a lot of people are joining me from Madhya Pradesh, from Chhattisgarh, from Bilaspur, that is Himachal Pradesh and other places. मैं इसीलिए थोड़ा हिंदी का इस्तेमाल भी कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि they are asking me थोड़ा हिंदी भी बीच में मैंने बोला okay I'll take care of that. तो मुझे ये बताइए अगर हमारी सरकार और हमारे लोग एक्चुअल टूरिज्म को सीरियस हैं तो हम 1 साल के लिए या 2 साल के लिए होटल इंडस्ट्री के लिए जीएसटी माफ क्यों नहीं कर देते अभी
यही तो हम बोल रहे हैं give priority to tourism can this called this this is financial stringency which lack of finance immediately boosted by promoting tourism but we are not there is only lip sympathy. Mr. Modi can do the global marketing, but we are not competitive. We lose business to Nepal. We lose business to our neighboring countries. We have better products, but people are very much conscious. The people who have been looking for quality now looking for some certain cost reduction. So whatever and India is a destination, it's a family destination. India is a family destination. When they come with the family. So it becomes much more costlier. So make it free, visa-free entry for 2 years. No visa fee, nothing. That is it. First thing is visa. Then give discount in the hotel. If you are coming during this time, you will get 20% discount. Give them a tourist introduction card. As they press this card, and when they take the visa, you give them the card. And as they come and show the card, you get the discount. This used to be there earlier. when I joined. So, but nothing seriousness is only lip sympathy. Tourism is creating job. Tourism is giving foreign exchange. Tourism is giving GDP. Tourism will reach. GDP can reach 10% if they really mean giving incentives to tourism. I have seen how bad position the tour operators. Really, they have to lay off the people. And those people are now, those people who have left hotel business, they are not going back to the hotel. They are just doing some delivery and some management, something which is touching
Survival.
the dignity.
Survival.
Touching the dignity. They have been doing a good business. Hotel was doing very good.
एक चीज और बताइए कांचला जी, एक चीज और बताइए.
हाँ बताइए.
We have got Indian Administrative Service, we have got IPS, we have got Indian Forest Service, we have got Indian Economic Service, we have got Indian Revenue Service. I still recall when 88 we were together, there was a buzzword in the air that there should be Indian Tourism Service, because the people, those are from the cadre, those are from the industry, and those are from the ministry. They should move up in the hierarchy and they should come to the top position so that they can take care of the tourism, travel, everything in a realistic, pragmatic, and a futuristic way. What is your take on that?
I was the president of the Indian Tourism Officers Association. And I submitted a note for the cadre review. They told me that, yes, this is under our consideration. And that was done in 1987. But 87, now we are coming, say, about 23, 24 years. Nothing has moved. Even now, they have the papers. If somebody is sleeping with the eyes open, I cannot awake them. मैं सोया हुआ को आंख खोल के सोया हुआ को मैं जगा नहीं सकता. There should be a will, because now what happened? Our people who are the real cadre people, they're leaving the job. I have seen many people have taken voluntary retirement and going to some other job with the airlines or the hotel industry. So unless and until they do the cadre review, and the people coming with 2 years and 3 years, they come here just for a vacation. This will not help. They have to have review cadre and give dignity to the people who are working for decades in the Ministry of Tourism. So as there is no dignity, they are taken as, they say, second grade officers. This will happen. They must do this cadre review immediately so that our people are inspired to continue with tourism. Otherwise, the people are coming for 2 years, going out, going for promotion, and then getting their transfer back to their own cadre. This will not help to tourism to grow. So this is, even at one time I wanted to leave tourism because I got hurt. I got hurt that there is no cadre review and people are coming and superimposing themselves on us. But that is the fate of tourism in India. Still tourism is existing because of the private sector. It's not existing because of the government sector. It is the private sector motivation, private sector initiative that tourism is still alive. Government has
एक और चीज बताइए कांचला जी, एक और चीज बताइए. Something you have given a very practical touch, very pragmatic touch, and something very, what is exact reality on the ground. अभी ये बताइए, देखिए, let's take an example for Bollywood producer, directors, actors, performers, everybody together. एक फिल्म बनती है तो कितने सारे लोगों को रोजगार मिलता है उतना ड्यूरेशन के लिए. साउंड है, लाइट है, बैकड्रॉप है, स्टेज है, कॉस्ट्यूम है, परफॉर्मर है, मेकअप है, हेयर स्टाइलिस्ट है, स्टंट मास्टर है, डांस मास्टर है, कुछ भी ले लीजिए आप.
माइंड ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट खान, एम्प्लॉयमेंट का खान है.
हाँ, मैं अब मेरा दिमाग में एक बातचीत आ रही है कि let us take an example, let's take an example how New Zealand has been put on the tourist map. अभी स्पेन के अंदर मूवी का शूटिंग हुआ, जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा, और Spanish tourism people have paid the money to get those Bollywood people over there. अभी क्रिश का शूटिंग हुआ सिंगापुर में. Singapore Tourism Promotion Board paid the money to Rakesh Roshan ji to shoot that movie over there, and they increased, the inbound tourism to Singapore just because of one movie. क्यों नहीं हमारा जो फिल्म टूरिज्म है, हम अपने प्रोड्यूसर, डायरेक्टर्स और ये परफॉर्मर्स को सबको बाहर क्यों जाने देते हैं? दैट इज ए रेवेन्यू एक्सचेंज लॉस। एक
Yes.
साइड में हम कहते हैं हमको फॉरेन एक्सचेंज चाहिए, तो क्या मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म और मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फिल्म इंडस्ट्री जो हमारी है, इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रॉडकास्टिंग, or what we have got a film board, don't you feel that there should be a subsidy and they should get together and promote together destinations?
We saw. When I was in London, it was so easy to promote India because at that time, Jewel in the Crown, Gandhi,
Yeah.
Heart of
Jewel in
India.
the crown.
This,
Jewel in the crown.
These
Yeah.
films were shot in India, and they are willing to come on the footsteps of the Gandhi, on the experience of Jewel in the Crown or the Far Pavilion. We did lot. Even the film Jaws became so popular, and India was. We must do. You see, they know everything. I am telling you. आँख खोल के आप सोगे तो आपको कैसे मैं जगाऊं? It's not that they don't know. They don't have the intention. They don't have the determination. They don't have the. There is a lack of vision. There is a lack of vision. They know everything, but they don't want to do. You cannot drag. You can drag a horse up to the water pond, but not force him to drink. So we have given as a regular tourism promoter, everything we have told them. You have given the full proposal also. You know, you came to our Minister of Tourism and told me that you're going to do. What was the thing? You are so disappointed. You left the idea. You with the folded hand. Enough is enough. मेरा तो टाइम सत्यानाश हो गया. मुझे लगता कि दीवार का आगे मैं फोड़ता, कम से कम मैं खून देखता. ये तो खून भी नहीं दिखाई दे रहा. कहाँ like camphor कहाँ उड़ गया. So there is no vision. There is no will. There is no determination. We have the best of scenic views. We have Gangtok, we have Ladakh, we have so much of natural beauty. We have got heritage temples, heritage sites. Archaeological Survey of India will put their own blockade. The Himalayan Environment Ministry would put their own. There is no willingness to help anybody. Unless until there is a willingness to help. Yes, for the cause of the country. मैं देश के लिए कुछ करूंगा. ये फिल्म बनेगा, दुनिया के लोग देखने जाएंगे. अब ये बाहर जा रहे हैं, कोई न्यूजीलैंड, कोई फ्रांस, ऐसे हमारे डॉलर निकल जा रहे हैं. We need the dollar in India. We must do it. पर हमने बहुत सोचा. ये जब ऐसे होगा ना, 2 साल के लिए लोग आएंगे छुट्टी में, टूरिज्म मिनिस्ट्री में on deputation, फिर 2 साल बाद निकल जाएंगे. There is no continuity. All these things need continuity. There is department cadre should be there. One officer should be there in the department as ADG or something like a joint secretary, department people. Then there is a continuity. There is no continuity. Anybody coming up with new ideas, he thinks he is the last epitome of knowledge. Whatever he is telling, that is the thing. So it is a shame on us. We don't know our merit. We don't know our merit. We don't know our tourism heritage. We don't know anything. And people who are not actually income tax people are promoting. They are the most negative people. They are in the tourism ministry and promoting international tourism. So think of, if that is the status of tourism, God save. GST means God save tourism, not GST.
God save tourism. Okay.
GST has already havoc about tourism with 28%.
It's quite damaging. It's quite damaging.
Very damaging. Very disappointing.
और देखिए बाहर की कंट्रीज में जब आप अपनी कंट्री को वापस जा रहे होते हैं, आप शॉपिंग करते हैं तो वैट का आपको बेनिफिट मिलता है कि आप ज्यादा शॉपिंग कीजिए.
Country like South Africa, I bought the thing.
Oh my God!
I bought some diamond ring. They gave me back the money at the airport. Here you get attestation. You go there, nothing comes. Dubai, you do the shopping, you get back at the airport, but not in India. You have told everything has been recommended. हमने सब बताए हैं. अब जब सुनता नहीं है तो हम क्या करें? Somebody must listen and implement. Tourism policy 1982 से मैं सुन रहा हूँ. 82 से 92 निकल गया, 92 से 2002 निकल गया, 2022 निकल जाएगा, 2024 भी निकल जाएगा. तो टूरिज्म पॉलिसी कभी इंप्लीमेंट नहीं होगा.
Making his policy is one thing, but implementing and monitoring the policies.
Monitoring is the main thing.
Yeah.
Monitoring, self-monitoring, group monitoring, every state monitoring. States are not caring. They are doing their own promotion, their own publicity, and that there is no proper. Earlier, we had a interministerial that you told. Interministerial, because tourism is interlinked with the external affairs, with the Ministry of Environment, with the Ministry of Commerce, with the Ministry of Home. So there used to be a committee, National Integration Committee for tourism activities. But what they are doing, I don't know. It took us about 1 decade to get e-tourist visa. As IATO had been fighting for 14 years to get e-tourist visa. And that also, after giving e-tourist visas, they gave only 1 entry. Then we fought for multiple entry. We want double entry, then multiple entry. Then airports were limited. Only 5 airports, 6 airports. Now at least there are 16 airports. So these are all continuous process. If you don't go on improving as per the guidelines, IATO has given them about the full lot of proposals how to boost tourism. But if they don't listen, now the tourist offices have been closed. So जो भी बाकी था वो भी खत्म हो गया. आप बताइए क्या करें? Somebody must have we need a visionary leader like Modi ji who is thinking of tourism. But how to impress upon the state government, because the tourism belongs to the state government.
मोदी जी का आइडिया तो बहुत अच्छा है, उनका आइडिया देश के हित में है, लेकिन उसको इम्प्लीमेंट भी तो करना है और इम्प्लीमेंट करके मॉनिटर भी करना है.
कुल चिल्लाए जाओ देश देखो उसमें कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to give them now in a bad position, give them 20% discount on the ticket, no visa charges, no GST. So all these things are needed. Yeah. So
Great.
We have to have a tourism mindset, and a very positive tourism mindset. Otherwise, lip sympathy to tourism is nothing to help the growth of tourism. This can be taken as 100%. Even you put, there is no need to put 300 crore advertisement overseas when you are not ready to provide them the facilities.
Yeah.
Use that money for infrastructure. Give that money to the tour operators. Let them do the packages. You are just wasting 300 crores of money on overseas publicity and other
promotion.
Yes. Because India, after 75 years, India doesn't need any publicity. India is known through Festival of India. India is known through our own NRIs. Our NRIs are promoting India more than our offices.
So true. So true.
So we have to refashion our tourism. Even in the incredible India has to change. It has to be more credible India. We have to prove to the world that we are credible India. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, before winding up the round, let me just share once again that it was such a wonderful journey to be associated with Gaur Kanjilalji during my tenure when I moved on deputation from the Ministry of Defense to the Ministry of Tourism. It was a great learning for me. I found a great brother in him. I found a great friend in him. I found a great guide and a philosopher in him, always with the positive energy to support the entire team and entire group. He also made a mention, one more name, very noble officer, very fine officer, P.K. Dong. He's on the advisory board of our chamber, taking care of Northeast. He's coming in the month of November, like we have met today, Gaur Kanjilalji. In month of November, he'll talk about his entire life journey, what all he has done, where from he moved. Now, couple of recommendations what he has made, but before that, one very important point, which because Gaur Kanjilalji is very humble, he didn't make a mention. You know, in India, one is international tourism, one is domestic tourism. For the first time, the packaging for the domestic tourism was done in the afternoon hours at 2:30 inauguration at Taj Palace, and that was Association of Domestic Tour Operators of India. And I still recall we both had gone, and that was when the lunch was hosted over there. And thereafter was the inauguration, and there was a formal establishment of the Association of Domestic Tour Operators of India. Of course, we lost one very noble, very decent officer, that is Pradeep Sankhalaji. He is no more. We lost him. Great soul, great person. But I still recall those days that was done over there. So beautiful recommendations that Government of India should consider, at least for 2 years, give a free entry, no visa money to be charged. Let people come to India. Let people see India, explore India, enjoy India. Number 2, there should be a GST abolishing for some time, or at least for 2 years, hoteliers and others, no GST to be charged. Number 3, if there is some shopping being done by the tourist, and before they leave the country, the VAT money to be given back to them, so that they should feel very happy. And also something very nice, once again comes on the surface, if the people come for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years deputation, and then they just go back from there, they would not be in a position to add value, because we require the department cadre, that is India Tourism Service. If we can have IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS, IES, why not ITS, India Tourism Service? And if that is being done, because accountability brings, responsibility brings accountability. With accountability, with your passion, when the department person would know that he or she is going to rise to the Director General level or to the top level, and they would be the policy maker, policy implementer. So finally, what he made also made a mention, there used to be an inter-ministerial committee and a group which we had formed at that point of time, where there was a cohesive and there was an integration in a homogeneous way by the various ministries.
Yes, that is very important. That is very important. Because the tourism is multi-functional, multi-divisional activities.
Yes.
We cannot take any action. We need civilization.
Yes.
We need road. We need transport. We need all this needs to help us.
Yes. And finally, Kanchilalji, what you made a mention over here, that it is not only making a policy, it is after making a policy, implementing and then monitoring it also very well, so that to see what all is being done. Let's take an example, something before we close the session today. In the new education policy 2020, which has come into India, where we say that the 6% of the GDP to be spent on education. Do you know, one of the neighboring countries in the ASEAN, it has come to the international level today and international standards only because of one pillar, and that is education and skills. 20% of their GDP they spend on education. That's called Singapore. And look at them, where have they reached? एक छोटा सा टापू 700 किलोमीटर का, and imagine what exactly are they doing, how much business, how much money, how much growth, how much economic multiplier. So final word from your side.
Our students are going out. Our students are going out, and outflow of foreign exchange.
7.5-8 लाख बच्चा बाहर जा रहा है. कितना फॉरेन एक्सचेंज बाहर जा रहा है, और भारत में जो आ रहे हैं वो 45 से 50 से 60 हजार लोग हैं. And that also how it is being given and who pays the money and all. We are not getting into the nitty-gritty and details of that. But closing remarks, Kanjilalji, what would you like to tell vocational tourism teachers and the students of travel and tourism in India? Almost 1,000 people are watching you. Let's take on. What would you like to tell the tourism teacher, vocational teacher, and the students of travel and tourism?
Yes, this is very important. And because teachers are like street lamppost. They're at one place, but they show the light. They enlighten the pathways where the students walk on and reach various positions. The teachers remain like a lamppost at one place. They are the pillar for creating the future generation through education. But what I have found that we need to overhaul our educational system for tourism. The syllabus which I prepared in 1982 is now invalid, totally invalid, which was followed by everybody. Yeah, about 11 universities took our syllabus. But I find that syllabus, you see, with the 19th century thinking, 19th century thinking, you cannot think of progressing in the 21st
century. Yes, that is
we
there.
have to refashion. हम लोगों को पूरा टूरिज्म का जो ढांचा है पढ़ाई लिखाई का उसको बदलने पड़ेगा. You have to refashion. And now new scientific innovations, new technological innovations are available, and these teachers need to be affordable to adapt these new technologies, and this has become the part of everyday living. You cannot avoid it. And to accept this rapid changing in the tourism scene, the teachers have to change themselves. That talk and chalk teaching system has to go. Now everything is internet, digital, and our new teachers have to dovetail to the new techniques of teaching. Now, no more of chalk, no more of board, no more of talk. Everything like to be on a tap of a finger. And then this education needs new adaptability to the new trends. We have been promoting cultural tourism for decades. 5 decades, Taj Mahal was promoted. Now no more. Now the whole trend has changed. There is a medical tourism, and it gives fortune. One tourist may give me $500, but medical tourist may give me $5,000. So we must change our education for medical tourism. We must have professional doctors and others in the teaching faculty to tell how to promote this medical tourism. We have to learn about the medicines. We have to learn about the disease so that we are up to date. Similarly, there is accessible tourism. About thousands, lakhs of millions of tourists are disabled, but they are sponsored by government. But we don't get disabled tourists because we don't have knowledge, we don't have the facilities. No disabled people would like to come to India. We don't have now they have some low buses only for the road transport, but not for tourism. So
we don't have the infrastructure for that. I totally agree.
There is a change for the space tourism. People are thinking to go to space for holiday. So we have to study. We are also a space country. We have to educate our people for the space tourism. We have to promote environment, say experiential tourism. We have the maximum experiential tourism. In the deep interior, we have the agro-tourism, where mostly 65% people are agriculture based. We can give the agricultural tourism, and people would like to be in an eco-friendly atmosphere, ambience. We have to do cruise tourism. We have nothing. We have so many rivers, so many seas. We don't have any proper cruise tourism. Now one thing, some quiz has started, that willy-nilly, that also Shah Rukh Khan's son was caught with drug. People lost all the confidence in cruise tourism. So things are changing. That heritage tourism and monument tourism and cultural tourism, all gone. I have become outdated, redundant in the tourism education because all these things are totally new subjects. The
new packaging.
India is located in such a world map that we can get all the global conferences in India. We are equipped. We have got so many states who are equipped. We have got so many 16 gateways to India. We can take the mice of the world. We can take about 50% of the mice business to India. We have the linguistic people. We have all the facilities. But we have same old custom regulations, same old thing. We have to change. Let them come. Let them do the promotion. Let them participate. So we have to change that. Tourism education has to give a new dimension. We have to have called knowledge economy. Knowledge economy comes through proper education. Knowledge is the main source. It gives job. It gives opportunities. So knowledge-based and practical knowledge-based education has to be given by these people. Then the curriculum has to focus on future needs. Future needs. The people who are coming out of the institutes I have found they are not fit to our employable. We have to take them and retrain them as per our needs. People, I've been seeing the tour operators as often called to be in the board, but I thought they have a theoretical knowledge. They didn't have any practical knowledge. Even our entrepreneurs were not willing to give them the job training that which is needed as per the terms of the course, but apprenticeship in the job. They don't, military, people, students from Karnal, students from other Hisar, they don't get chance because they are not properly got proper education, practical education. I have to request people, I have to arrange house for them to stay, but it is needed. So the tourism, similarly, the curriculum has to focus on these things. And there is now that mindset, the mindset of the people that it is the aged people will be the professor and younger generation will be the student. That mindset should change.
Yes.
Now, I'm aged, but I am not, I'm misfit, but younger students which have come out with the MBA and others, they are better teachers than what we teach because they are techno-friendly, techno-savvy. They have seen through the world. And also the education center, institutes has to change. On the corporate is working on an open system. There is no chamber, open system. Everybody is meeting and doing the networking. Everybody is doing the business. Similarly, all our institutes should be learning centers, not institutes of training, learning centers, where all these entrepreneurs will come and talk to them, and bright people, they will take them. So this type of networking, the teachers have to develop. Teachers, they are taught and forgot. No, teachers have to look into that. There is a placement cell. There is a placement cell. They talk to the people. They invite the corporate bodies, and they set up that corporate office look in the institutes and take the interviews and give them the job. So all these things will be needed if they want to do. If this will be needed, and education is all about relation. Now students have very, very limited relations with the professors. Students feel that they can do without teacher because they can get everything in internet. That mentality must go. Even now, the human touch, human professors, human relations are needed in the teaching. So that mentality students also must change. हमें तो सब कुछ इंटरनेट से मिल जाएगा, ये क्या पढ़ाएगा? So that attitude also should be changed. And then all these new teachers should be internet savvy. They must regularly see the internet because tourism is ever changing, every day changing. After pandemic, it's changing every day. They must know about the new regulations. They must know about the new formalities. सब जानने पड़ेगा. And that system that they have now, tourism is global and multifunctional and multicultural. So they must have that multifunctional and multicultural because jobs are multicultural. So they must know about the global culture and they must talk about the sensitiveness to the culture. People are coming from UK, people are coming from Japan. So these people must teach them how to become a global operator, and they should teach them multifunctional activities. And they will teach them multi-religious, multicultural. So all these things need say because it's globalization of the world through tourism. So you must have this global attitude while teaching.
Excellent.
So,
ladies and gentlemen,
teachers का आगे ये मुझे बोला ये सूरज का आगे दीवा दिखा रहा. Still I took the courage to tell because I find that मुझे लगा क्या मुझे कुछ बोलना चाहिए. I am holding 50 years of experience in that field. I am one of the living legend now available.
We respect that. We respect that.
So I am an unsung hero, but okay. People like you acknowledge.
No. There's a great contribution of yours to the industry. We appreciate that.
That's a big honor for me. And for the students also, I have something to say because you told me to tell from my experience. Students, first thing in the mind that we must achieve success. This is in their mind. But success is neither mysterious nor complicated. This I found. After coming as refugee, if I can reach up to Deputy Director General and visit 80 countries of the world, talk to hundreds of people of tourism, that I feel that I have achieved success. Success is achievable, but you just need repetition. Whatever you do, have a repetition in your mind. Every day, repetition. Whatever you write, and till continue this repetition, till this is automatically it becomes automatic things for you. And once you have become, this is ingrained into your vein that I know this way. Like you want to be a, say, medical tourism. Every day you read medical terms, you get in touch with the doctors, get in touch with the hospitals. Like this, repeated. You don't get bored. This you have to do repeated till you achieve the success. So repetition will be needed for everybody to become a successful tourism entrepreneurs. But I have to tell you that tourism, for successful, they need 3A. 3A, that acceptance. They should be acceptable. So you work, make yourself like that they are acceptable. You must be in a position to help, assist. Attitude of helping, assistance. That should be there. And also should have an attitude of this is appreciation. When you meet tourists, you should be in a position to appreciate their culture. He should feel that I'm talking to a global man. So that 3A, that attention, appreciation, and affection, these three things should be in the mind of the person who is in tourism. Then they should have an excellence in communication. You have to communicate every day and into various languages. Now it's global. You just cannot talk Hindi or English. आपको सब भाषा बोलना है. You must be in a position to have 1 or 2 languages you do. Like I developed French language, but I found that everybody is talking French. Then I started learning Japanese. I started learning Spanish also, but with so many languages, I got confused. But they must speak some languages so that they can communicate better. As the industry is multifunctional, as the multifunctional, they must have the communication skills. Then they must develop networking. Networking is very important because networking not only have a business strategy, but also it creates trust and relationship. You have to develop a trust and relationship through networking. You should be visible. You could not be a shy person. You should be visible. You should be in circulation. Meet the people and talk to the people. Say what is your opinion, how you are the most suitable for the job. So have email connection, have WhatsApp connection, send SMS, remain in touch. Don't hide yourself. So students will be required to have lot of networking. Networking helps others, so the other will act help. You try to help others, then others will help you to grow your business. So through the networking, this is possible. People will come to you when they know that this man helps. People even now come to me, काजल जी मुझे डिपार्टमेंट का अप्रूवल लेना है, तो मुझे मदद करेगा हम हरदम. जब मुझे मदद का जरूरत पड़ता है, कहता साहब आपने इतना मदद किया, मैं तो आपके लिए जान दे दूंगा. That attitude comes from networking. So networking will be very important. Similarly, the visibility. You should, yes, I have seen this person at 20 places. He is the person in demand. Everybody invites him. Visibility in circulation must be there. In spite of knowing everything, all the deep knowledge, if you are not in a position to talk, communicate, show the skills, not visible, then it will be totally forgotten. So you should visibility. And then you should have the service of internet now with you. Every day, update yourself. You know, you must be updated about the regulations. Every day changing regulation after COVID. So update yourself. You need updating. Without update, you cannot continue in this business. You cannot give a wrong information. He has come to you thinking that you are a professional. So one has to update. And update is possible through daily internet checking about the visa, about the formalities. I have 4 hours R for Rangoon, R for them. First R is for reputation. You must have a good reputation. You cannot be shown as drunkard or a cheat or receiving no value. So you should be trustworthy. Your reputation should be trustworthy. People will give you lakhs of money because of the trust you have. So your reputation should be very high. And what you promise must be delivered. That is the reputation. Oh, he is the best tour operator. Whatever he has promised, he has delivered. That will be recorded by the travel agent, tour operator, people in the hospital interest in everybody. That will be the first thing they will need it. Similarly, there has to be R. Second R is the regulations. Tourism has got a lot of regulations for the hospitality approval, tourist operator approval, tour operator approval, entry to the monuments. So you must be like an encyclopedia. That tourist will think you like an encyclopedia. You must be true to that fact, and you should be able to know everything in advance. Don't say that I don't know. I'll try to look for it. I'll call you back. These are the things create suspicions. Must be up to date about the regulations and also regulated. You know, regulated life. You are a defense officers. How I learned from you what is called regulated life, what is called discipline. Till you have the discipline, you cannot go with a drink and this. And discipline means respect. Respect to the tourist. He has come all the way. He has nobody. He thinks you as his savior. That respectability has to be created. That is called the regulations. Regulation, personal regulation, self-regulations, and government regulations. All these regulations, they must know. This is the third R. After reputation, the regulation. Then comes the related actions. Related actions, I mean that you must monitor yourself, how much you have delivered, where you have failed. Self-monitoring, quality monitoring, and your knowledge monitoring. Because it is a knowledge-based business. How much knowledge you have got. You have, whether you have passed or wrong knowledge. And have the sense of apologies. If you have done something, don't shout. Apologize. Yes, I probably have done the mistake. I want to correct myself. So that is called your related actions, which is called monitoring, self-monitoring, quality of monitoring, and also having a updating on the information and the technologies now. So, and fourth one is reward yourself. Don't cut yourself. Whatever you do, try to treat yourself first. If you not treat yourself first, how can you treat others? So reward yourself like having best foot forward, and make the right impressions. Dress properly, should not look tired, maintain your health, quality of look, smiling face, service-oriented, business-like. Don't come like a casual way to do the business. People, they expect something. So reward yourself with the best of things, best of food, best of health, best of opportunities, best of people, best of contacts. This will be good. And welcome complaints. Most of the people, they get irritated. No, you have to welcome complaints because you get signals. From the tourist, he may open up his mouth. He will give you some signal. Try to catch those signals and change yourself. So be alert. Take those signals and change yourself. And you'll be. And a smiling face, you can hide many things which you have felt. So keep a smiling face and don't go argument. Don't be argumentative. Say, sir, as a client, you are right. I'm trying to update. But they must know that in tourism business, nothing is under their control. If the flight is bumpy because of the weather, they will say the flight was bumpy. At the airport office, immigration was bad. They said that the immigration was bad. I said he was responsible. In the hotel, the food was bad, burnt food, dal jal gaya, roti jal gaya. He is responsible. खाना तो एकदम सत्यानाश और कहाँ पर भी जाए कुछ भी हो गया गाड़ी खराब हो गया पंक्चर हो गया you are responsible, not the driver and this. आप क्या गाड़ी आपने बुक किया था? So everything is on you. Keep in mind, but still you have to keep a smiling face because it's amazing, incredible memories you get through tourism experience. Nowhere you will get that much of incredible memories. You make incredible memories. I have incredible memories from London, from France, from Germany, from Spain, Portugal, Egypt, everywhere. I have carried incredible memories. I'm writing a book called Incredible Memories in my life journey, which is
Wow.
during the
Wow.
pandemic time. I have nothing to do. I wrote my journeys and my thoughts because
Wonderful.
incredible journey, incredible India. Mine is so the each tour operator, new enters to tourism can create incredible memories for the tourists and for themselves, and that is needed now for the. And if they follow
We
this,
look- we look forward.
If they have appreciation, and some attention, and then the certain apologies makes that creates a lot of confidence in the minds of tourists. He feels
Yes.
satisfied that he's taking care of me. And that's the thing he wants. He has given money. He says that I was totally given full care. That appreciation of his culture, appreciation, doing attention, and your apologies makes him feel a lot of pride to go back and tell to the people, I was like a Maharaja in India. So that is needed for the new age. See, because it is multicultural and multi-global. It's a multi-language, multicultural because people are coming from different
Multidimensional.
cultures. You should be in a position to
Yeah.
welcome them. So that multicultural, global, and your personal intervention to give him the best of services, that is needed in the tourism. And if you are not that,
Thank
you
you.
are not fit for the job. Hundreds of education will not help. This is inbuilt. This will be inbuilt to
Thank
say
you.
good morning, thank you, welcome. So some of the things should come automatically from your mouth as you meet a tourist or
Yes.
go for the service. It is a service industry. More you deep.
Thank you, Kantilaji. So practical. So practical.
So these are the things
Thank you very much. So practical. So practical.
Today.
It's
And
wonderful. It's
on the World Tourism Day,
wonderful.
I do all the best, good future in the career.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you
We
for the
also wish you good health, good wellness. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Please take care of yourself.
Thank you
We look
for giving me the
forward to have.
opportunity to share my thoughts. I'm not that good in Hindi,
Thank you.
so I was trying to.
No, no, no.
You can tell them.
Thank you. Thank you, Kantilaji. We will have you sometime again in the near future. Thanks a lot. And
Cut everyone. Thank you.
wishing you also a very happy World Tourism Day.
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you very much for joining us. It was wonderful to have you.
Yes.
And with these words, ladies and gentlemen,